Hi everybody, good afternoon. It's not good morning. I am late today, so I hope that you're with me and didn't abandon me. Let's see if my monitor's working properly. It is, and it's quiet. Okay, so that is good. So let me poke on it here so that I can see comments. Okay, so today is, I don't know what today is. Oh, how could I forget? Today is Monday, September 11th. So a lot of people are putting a lot of remembrances on Facebook today about where we were in 2001. And I'm sure you all know where you were. I know where I was. It was a very frightening, very terrifying day, let me tell you. My husband had gone to work and I was sitting in the bed watching my morning television shows, you know, eating my breakfast, waiting to wake up a little bit, and all of this tragedy happened, and I was terrified. And he was an hour away from home, working down in Cincinnati, and I was like, oh my goodness gracious, you know, you need to come home. I'm terrified. So it was a really terrible day, and I hope it's a day none of us ever have to relive ever again. It's sad enough to think about all the people who lost their lives and all the people whose lives were forever changed that day, and all the families that lost loved ones. And so I just thought about everybody this morning, and said a little prayer for everybody and hope that their day was, they could find some joy. They could find some joy in today, because it's a sad day. And a friend of mine has a birthday today, and his birthday was forever changed. And he went into a pretty deep depression over that for quite some time. That his birthday was now, forever linked with this tragic event in history, and just, sad. So, okay. Take a moment and remember all that. But today we're going to switch gears and we're going to do some stamping. A couple weeks ago, I promised you that we would do some some cut and shuffles and some other things. I'm always trying to use up the scraps on my desk. Oh my gosh. I was hoping last week to get a lot more work done get some paper pumpkins done and clean up my desk, get some scraps done, because it's time to switch gears. It's Christmas time. It's time to start thinking about Christmas projects. And this Saturday I'm having a class and we're doing 6 Christmas cards. So it's time to switch gears and think about the holidays and Christmas. And my desk is full of all kinds of sunflowers and fall leaves and, definitely not Christmas items. So today I'm going to show you how to do a little bit of Scrappy technique, and then I'm going to show you a cut and shuffle. And I cannot find those cards. I don't know what I've done with those cards. That's what you get when you're not as prepared as you should be. So I apologize for being late, so let's get to it. I changed my cradle up this weekend because my husband had to have a Zoom meeting, and I don't know if it might be too far away. So we might have to do a little bit of adjusting when I put you in the cradle. It could be up too high, and we may have to bring it down a little bit. So I apologize if we have to do some adjusting, okay? So it's Happy Mail Monday. Don't forget, if you're going to make a card today, put a stamp on it. I've already mailed off several, and I've got several to do. I've got a birthday this week, 2 birthdays actually, that I've got to take and get prepared for. I got another one I have to put a stamp on. So it's a busy week here, and appointments and classes and things to do. Oh my. All right, so let me get you in the cradle and let me see if we need to make some adjustments, okay? So bear with me just a minute here. Take that out. And let me stand up and flip you. Okay. gonna flip you down. And let's get you in the cradle and see. All right, so we definitely have to get that cord out of the way. I can see that's going to be an issue. Okay, we've done that. I don't know if that's too high up or not. We're going to go with it and see what happens. We are just going to go with it, all right? So, lots happening at Stampin' Up! Right now. The new catalog is out, the Christmas catalog. Whoop, whoop. So I just placed my Christmas order. So you can go online at caseywhite.stampinup.net and you can use the August-September host code. It's September now. So you're going to use the same host code if you're going to place an order. There's online exclusives, which I will have updated on my website later today. There's some new Christmas paper, and are there new stamp sets or is it just paper? I can't remember. And some of the items in the Christmas catalog are already on back order. So I'm just going to warn you right now, because I went in to place my order yesterday, and 2 of the Designer Series papers and 2 of the suites are already on back order. And you know what? I can't believe I left my catalog out in the classroom. Anyway, 2 of the suites are already on back order, and one of them is due in later this week, and another one's not due in till September 25th. So be aware of that. If you're going to go and place your Christmas orders, some items are already on back order. Not surprising. Sadly. So I want you to be aware of that. What else is there on back order? I looked at the shift today. Apart from, oh, there's some new embellishments that are on back order, some new stamp sets. But a lot of stuff's coming in later this month, so be hopeful, be hopeful. Also, there's a new, today is the first day of the new paper pumpkin for the next month, and the next 2 months it's going to be Christmas themed. So this October paper pumpkin is going to be Christmas themed, so is November's, and October's is like houses, like Christmas houses is what the cards are going to look like. They're going to look like little houses. And I can't remember what the next one was. They showed us preview, but I can't remember. And what else? There's also the new kit. Is that it? I think that's it. Gosh, a lot of stuff happening, but I will update my website later today, just so you know. All right. So today you're going to need a ruler. You're going to have need a ruler or a straight edge of some sort. And your cutting machine. And the first thing you're going to do is you're going to cut a piece of cardstock. And this cardstock is going to be 5 by 3 3/4. Okay. So that's going to be 5 inches, and this is going to be 3 3/4 inches. Okay. And I know it's far away, isn't it? You know what? Did I do that right? I think I did it right. Anyway. Okay. And so you're going to take your ruler, and what we're going to do is we're going to put it, I can't see my ruler. I can't see this white paper on here, so I'm going to turn it on to a darker piece of paper here. And you're going to find get a corner. These lines don't have to be perfect. You just want them starting in a corner and ending in a quarter, okay? And I don't want to use that because I don't want to put ink on it. Okay, so let me put it on this instead. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to take a pencil or a pen onto your cardstock, and you're going to make a line here. You're going to make a straight line, and it's okay. Do it lightly, but you're going to cover this line. You're going to do the same thing at the bottom. and this line's going to come up to meet that line. Okay. So that's what you're going to have. Okay. So this is your template. And these lines it doesn't matter how they intersect. They can be bigger, they can be little, they can be more perfect. I'm going to do it on my cardstock now. Okay, I'm going to do it on my cardstock, on my piece of cardstock. And I'm just using a pen because we're going to cover up these lines with our scraps. All right, so we don't care. Jimmy cracked corn and I don't care. Now I am going to get my silicone mat back out because I'm going to be using scraps. So what we're going to do is we're going to fill in all of these spots with our scraps, okay? And you can put your scraps on there any way that you want to. Okay. So what I like to do first is just put the glue on here. Now, if you're going to use white glue, you can use white glue. I'm going to turn this other light on. I need a little extra light here. And I am just going to put glue all over this section. Okay. So I'm just going to use my scrap paper here. And I'm just going to lay it on there. And then I'm just going to start building shapes and sizes from there. Okay? I'm deciding, you know, where I want. That has more interesting designs in it, so I'm just going to snip that off because I'd like to use this piece here because it's got more interesting designs. Now, if you want, you can fill in with some solid pieces, and you can make big solids or little solids. It doesn't matter. And if you have scrap pieces that are thicker, like I have 2 pieces here that are 1/4 inch, and you know what? I think I'm going to cut them down to about 1/8 of an inch. So I'm going to trim these down because I want some smaller, maybe if I can get them on my cutter here. I want some smaller pieces here. To put right next to that. No, I don't like that because it's upside down. So let's cut it. Let's cut it and put it on straight. This way. Nope, that's not going to do good either. I don't like that. I don't like that piece because it kind of hides the design too much. Let's use this piece because this piece has got, I'm going to put a little extra glue there since I kind of took some of that glue off. Okay. And I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to put some solid pieces in there. And let's see, let's put a piece of different color. Do we like that? Or do we want something that has a little bit more of this orange color in it? Let's use that instead. We'll use that. And then we will finish it off with this. All right. And then what are you going to do? You're going to turn it over on the back and you're going to trim all of that off. Whoops. I didn't mean to do that. I took a little extra off of there that I didn't want. Okay. So I've got all these extra pieces, and these little pieces I don't want. These little pieces I can get rid of. Okay. So now we've got this top half done, and I'm just going to give it some love. And now I am going to go here and I'm going to put all the glue on the bottom half. So you want to, the trick is you want to butt these right up to the lines. You want to try to get that right up to the line, and I've got a little bit of a gap there, which I'm going to have to cover with something. Oh dear, I'll figure it out. I think what I'll have to do is come over here just a little bit and cover it up just a tiny bit, but I don't want to put all of that on there. I'm going to cut this down. I'm going to cut this down so that it's a smaller piece. I can't get under my little cutter there. And since this is since I made this piece a little crooked, I'm going to have to fix it. So what I'm going to do is that piece is not going to go all the way across there. I'm going to have to find a piece. I got to find a bridge piece that's long enough. Let's see if I can get one that's long enough. All right, there we go. Now, this is just me fixing a mistake, okay? Because this piece is at an angle and it's not butted up there straight like it should be. So I'm going to have to do some fake adjusting here to hide that. There we go. All right, now that I have that there, now I can put other pieces on here. And I can decide where I'm going with this. So I can come out from there. I don't know if I like that. It's best when you start with a piece that's straight, a straight edge. I'm going to have to do some adjusting there. I know I am when I get over there. Okay. Now I need a piece to go in here. And I need a piece that is an odd shape. Okay, because I have sort of a hexagon shape here. So I'm going to sort of have to cut this to fit. Sort of have to cut it a little bit at an angle. And that's my fault because I didn't put my angles straight to begin with. So I'm going to have to wedge it in here. All right, that's going to be good. Just need to take another hair off of there. And that's not quite perfect, but you know what? It's a handmade card. So sometimes handmade cards are not perfect, are they? You know, sometimes they're just not perfect. Let's see if we can find another piece here that we like that matches. I think I had a piece over here. That kind of matches that one. So I'm going to choose, you know, I got bunches of scraps over here, so I'm just going to choose a scrap until I find one that fits. All right. So now we're going to trim off all of that. Okay. So I've got a couple of pieces here that I think are worthy of saving because they're more than 1/4 of an inch. So we will save them, and the rest of this we will give away to the scrap gods. Put that over there in my... Okay. Oh, I forgot to trim this over here. And looks like I have a couple of edges there. Okay. So now, that's it. Now you have a piece to go on a card, okay? So now you are just going to decide on your card base. One of these is scored. There we go. All right, so there's your card base, and then this one is not scored, so this is the one I want to cut. what we started with was 375 by 5, which is a double, hi Bonnie, which is a double quarter sheet cut down. And so we are going to make this a layer 1. Which is going to be 4 by 5 1/4. There's a layer piece I can get rid of over there. Okay. And there you have it. So let's mount that up. We are going to mount layer 1 onto layer 2. Then we're going to put all of this on our card. And this is a quick, fast, and easy way to use up all of the scraps laying around on your desk. Now, here's where you need some thought. If I want this card to open the traditional way, I want this opening this way. If I decide that I want this card to open up and down, I'm going to decide whether I want this way or whether I want this way. And I'll show you. Okay, I'm just going to make a traditional card here. Okay, so now there's your card. Now, let me show you. This one I decided, as you can see with my scraps, these scraps all went the same direction, this way and this way. Now, these I mixed and matched. Some went this way, some went this way. So you can decide how you want. And this card's going to open traditional, and this card I decided to open from the bottom, turned it into a birthday card. So you just need to figure out what size and shape of a sentiment that you would like to put on the card front. And I have a couple here that are just laying here. So I can go with this shape here. Or I have got a round one. And because that round one like blends in so much, what I would probably do is I would get my punch and I would punch something out so that it goes behind it. And then double layer it on there, okay? And same way here, you can double layer this if you don't like it, or you can turn it this way. You can put just a piece of ribbon behind it like I have, just kind of set it off a little bit and pop it up, or you can cut another layer behind that. So what I think we'll do for this card is, I will show you. This card is just like this card, and what we did was we cut out a piece of darker cardstock that matches our scraps and double layered it, and then we went ahead and put the ribbon behind it just for fun. So that's what this card would be. So you can see a couple of different ways to make your scrap cards. And, you know, your key is just to make your little template to get it started and go from there. So you're going to make that little template, mark it off with your ruler, and then you can put it together. Okay? So that way I've finished up a couple of cards here for you in some different colors that I had laying around with some different scraps from other classes. So you can see how easy that was to make. Okay, and let me just get I will get my fancy little decal punch out. And we'll go ahead and we'll layer this circle on here like this onto the card. So I've got a birthday, and I also need a congratulations, but I need a congratulations card. So we're going to make this into a congratulations card. I think. One moment, please. I needed a little sip. I don't know if we'll make this card into congratulations or we'll make the next card into a congratulations. And so I'll tell you what, I'll stamp 2 of them. I'll get my congratulations started, and I'll also do a birthday with my favorite go-to birthday here. All right. So we will mount that. And so we'll put this onto here. And then before I put it onto the card, oh, I'm looking for my, there we go. Because I know I want to pop that off, so I may as well put those on the back of there and get those ready. And then on this one, where I don't know if we'll add anything or not, and you can decide how far over. I like to cover just this intersection here, but you don't have to. The intersection looks good. I like to cover my intersection a little bit, so I would probably put it there or over here, just a hair. But that's what's going to be on that one, I think. And this one, when we get ready to finish, I think I'll do some trimming here and do a fancy background on there. I think I will use my, let's do some trimming here. Let's get this cut down. And I think I want to cut it, a little fancy. Get rid of those. Okay. So then what I would do is I will mount this on here. I don't know if I really like that shape, but it is what it is now. I chopped it. As my friend Ginger and I always say, just commit. I was designing my Christmas cards yesterday for Christmas card class on Saturday. And Ginger and I were like, just commit, just commit. Because we were working together. All right, so I know I want that to be about the same. And about the same. Oh, that's terrible. Ugh. I don't think I like that. I mean, I like that I mounted it, but I don't think I like the shape I put it in. So guess what? I'll probably redo that. But for now, we're just going to put it over here to the side because I'm going to show you how to make another card. Okay, so the second card that I promised you that I would make is a Stamp and Shuffle. And just bear with me a minute here because I can't stand a dirty stamp. And these stamps are staring at me off camera. They're like, I'm dirty. I'm dirty. And I can't stand it. So I have to clean my stamps. Also, I don't want to get sidetracked after I'm finished with my live and leave dirty stamps laying on my table for the ink to stain it forever and all time. Okay. So let's get to stamping or stacking and shuffling. All right, now this is, there is no rhyme or reason with this card. This is a crazy card. There is no rhyme and reason to it. You are going to, I think I need to choose a different one. Sorry. I have to choose something different. Because this has lines in it for stems, which makes this directional. And I don't want that. What I want to try to do is, I want to use 3 pieces of designer series paper that coordinate, but I don't want them to have any direction. That way you can sort of put them any way you want. Now, the leaves technically have a direction, you know, or they're going to be upside down. But I think we can get away with it. Okay? If not, we'll turn it over and use the back side. And we'll just use the back side of everything. So we'll figure it out. Okay? So you're going to get 3 pieces of designer series paper that are the same coordinating stuff. Yes. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these down to the double cut down size. Okay, because we're going to mount them onto a card front and we want a border. Okay, so I'm going to cut these down to, this is 6x6 paper, and I'm going to cut it down to 5 by 375. Now you see how I have, oh, that did not cut all the way through. Just tear that off there. Now you see why I have all of this. Okay. So that is 5 by 375. Now you see why I have so much of that stuff. Now you've got your 3 papers here, okay, your 3 sheets. And now here we're going to have some fun. I must not have stacked those perfect because I can see that I have a little bit of a, okay. These are not cut perfect, so these are going to be a little bit smaller because I got to get them even. And I see that they weren't even. Okay. So they're here less than 5. All right, so now that you've got them all together, you're going to get that shuffle, get it good and straight. And now you're just going to cut these any way you want. Now, there's no rhyme or reason to this, except that you need to keep them together. Keep them together. Okay? So I'm just going to put these in here at approximately 2.5, 2.25 inches. It really doesn't matter. Got them at 2.25, and I've got it at like 1.25 over here. And I am just going to make a cut. Okay. Now I'm going to take these 3 and set them over here. And now I am going to make another cut in here. And what I'm going to do is, there's no rhyme or reason, but I'm choosing to put this point in the gully. And I'm going to cut. So now I have 3 shapes. And now here's the hard part, putting it back together. Oh golly gee. How did you do that? Because now you have to put it all back together. There we go. so that it makes your piece. Okay, so now it's back together, and you can see that it's the 375 by 5. Okay, so through the magic of television here, I've got some pieces. And I've got all 3 colors because I don't know, I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do it. Okay, I'm not quite sure how I'm going to, so I'm going to put all 3 pieces out here, and I'm going to put a piece on each one. Okay, so now I'm going to put a piece on each one. All right. There we go. And I'm trying to decide if I like those like that. You know, which one do I like better to make, you know, into a card? Do I want to put a layer on there or not? Or do I just want to cut the cards, put them together? And that's probably what I'm going to do, is cut the cards and put them together. And then, see, I'm looking for this congratulations, which I am going to redo because I don't know that I like this congratulations like that. But I'm going to have to decide. I'm going to change that congratulations one. But as you can see, see how nice that looks? Here's another one. I can put that sentiment there in the middle of that. I could take a sentiment here and put it on that. Maybe my congratulations will fit on there. So this is called the Stamp, Cut, and Shuffle. And like I said, there's no rhyme or reason. You just put it in there and you cut 3 shapes. Then you put it back together and then you decide, you know, how you're going to do it. Now, I could flip these shapes over. This is the crazy part. Okay, let's flip these shapes over and use the back side. Okay, so that does not work. The back of this is the same color as the front of that, so that doesn't work. But let's see if this one works. If I flip this, no, it's going to be the same, so that doesn't work. Let's see if I flip this one. Is that going to work? No, it's not going to work. So you can flip these shapes over and use the back sides, but you've got to mix and match so that it works out, you know, the right way. None of these will work with those two, so I can't flip those over the back way. Okay, so I got to use these the front way. But you can play around and you can see. So I kind of like this. And I really like that with that. And I'm trying to decide, where's my congratulations? I liked my congratulations on there. I'm going to have to decide what to do. I'm going to do that congratulations over again. All right. So I think we're going to go with the crushed curry one here. So I will, I don't think I put the crease in my crushed curry here. Send that cutting blade up there because the last thing I want is to cut this paper. I don't want to cut. All right. And I know I want to do that congratulations over again. That is not quite big enough. So let me get another piece out of my scrap here. See if that works. That'll work. I cut so much paper for these classes and for my lives. So I've got a little baggie over here that I keep small pieces in. And wouldn't you know? Wouldn't you know? It's not quite thick enough. Not quite thick enough. But we'll find one. I got lots of scraps on here. So we will fix it. We shall fix this. All right, and I know I want this to be popped up. So let's pop it up. I got lots of end pieces here. We don't want to waste them. All right. So let's put that over there. And I'm going to cut another piece here. Because when I was putting this on the card, I thought, you know what? That is not stable. So I need one in all four corners on that. Okay, so let's put this card together. Let's get... Now, since this has a lot of angles, get rid of that. Since these pieces have a lot of angles, I want my glue to go all the way to the end of those angles. So I'm using my silicone mat here to make sure that I get glue all the way to the end. And I want to just lay these on here so that I get a nice border all the way around. And since I cut this small, I could have layered it, and maybe we'll layer one of the other ones just so you can see. But they, oh, heavens to Murgatroyd, I just took the paper off of there. I didn't expect that to happen. That's crazy. All right, so let's get this border on here so that we want that to come up a little bit more. And then we'll do the final piece. Whoops. All right. So there we have it. Now we've got our congratulations on there. How's that? Or do we like our congratulations on this one? We could block it this way. And we could put our happy birthday on there. What do you think? Yay? Nay? Commit? Should I just commit? Should we want this way? Congratulations. I don't know. I don't know. What happens if we turn this one? We put the congratulations this way. And we put the happy birthday over here. I like that too. All right. I'm committing. Not the same thing as being committed. I guess it is. I'm being committed to designing a card. And then I gotta go find some pretties. Because you know me, I can't just leave it alone. I gotta find some pretty gemstones to put on here. Come on, get off of there. All right, we are congratulating. All right. So I have showed you how to stamp. It's a different stamp cut and shuffle than I showed you last year at Christmas time. That one was doing 4 pieces, and we did it in a very controlled rectangle manner. This stamp cut and shuffle is just, I'm going to go right there. This one is just willy-nilly. It is a willy-nilly. And we're going to clean this stamp because it's screaming, clean me, clean me, clean me. All right. So today we learned how to play with angles and scraps and how to put things together. And oh, yeah. Sorry. I am thinking about something, and I want to show you something before I get off live here. But I wanted to show you again how to use up those scraps on your table, go to town, you know. And the other thing is, if you don't want it to be so controlled, don't forget, just slap those scraps onto a piece of cardstock any old way. And then when you get done, just cut them into tags. I mean, just put all those scraps onto a piece of cardstock. You don't have to be, you know, fancy about it. Just lay them all on there and then cut them off into tags. Christmas time's coming, fall is coming. You might need some tags. So here's some extras, pieces that I didn't make today, but just to show you these designs. And I don't know where my other shuffle cards are. I know I didn't give them all away, but I'm looking on my desk and I can't find them. I may have already filed them in my bucket, you know, under whatever they were. But anyway, I just wanted to show you how to use your scraps and how to use some shuffle. We're going to put these over here just so you can see them. I'm going to throw that away. Design. get some other designs here. Just want to lay these over here so that you can get a gander at them, so that you can see the designs that we made here. And there we go. So just know that, there we go. We'll put those on there like that. That way you can see everything together all in one screenshot there. And I will put that out just a little bit so that you can take a screenshot if you'd like. Remember, if you're on YouTube, to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you can not miss anything, not miss any of the lives. Next week, I am not sure what we're going to do. I do not know. I will come up with something. We may do some Christmas cards. I don't know. I haven't quite decided, but we will figure it out and we'll make something happen. So I hope that you go play with all of your scraps, and I hope you try some insane cutting techniques. And I hope that you go online, take a look at that new Christmas catalog, and fall. It's Christmas, fall, Thanksgiving, Halloween, and some other all occasion stamp sets. Oh, golly gee, I'm so sorry. Woo! I don't know where that yawn came from. I went to bed at a decent hour. I got some good rest this weekend. We built 3 houses at church for our Henderson settlement down in Kentucky. Okay, let's be honest. I didn't swing a hammer. All I did was serve the cinnamon rolls for the breakfast, okay? I was part of the breakfast brigade, they call it. So my job was to serve cinnamon rolls. That was my job, which I did very excellently to all 200 plus people so that they could get some sugar in them to go out there and hammer some nails. So I hope you have a good week, and I hope you stamp something, post it on my page so I can see it, because you know I love to see what your creations are. I like to see that you've put my suggestions to work and made something fun, okay? So I will see you next week.